Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Oh, wow. Oh, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Oh, Miss Shayna. Miss Shayna, who lives in Spain, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least she was in Spain. I don't know where she is now. Shout out to the traveling black radical feminist. Z, she didn't call herself black radical feminist. Where's that coming from? Oh no, Miss Shayna is definitely a black radical feminist if she's talking about not giving the child the man's last name. Yeah. All right. So we are going, and this is Mr. Z clocking in, and we're gonna rant and talk and kind of tease this out a little bit, a lot of it. Okay, Miss Shayna. Look, you are a celibate black woman who's not even living in the US. Okay, how is this going to work for black women? It's not, but y'all continue to keep on pushing and peddling this crap. All right. Um, let's emphasize this. Black women have the least amount of wealth in America. Let's say that better. Single, childless black women have the least amount of wealth in America. All right, continuing. We know that amongst black people, black women are the most college educated. What does that mean for their finances? Not really much. Okay. We also know that black women have the highest divorce rate and they have the lowest marriage rate in America. Okay. And with that, with the most chronically single group of people in America, Miss Shayna celebrates a story about a mom, black woman, who's, I guess, traveling overseas and is think it's funny and is celebrating that another black woman didn't give her child the father's last name. Alrighty then, right? This is something to celebrate. Ah, black women, black women, black women. Oh man. So, what are black men supposed to do with that? Miss Shayna says she doesn't think black women should really ever take, or women, better yet. Sorry, let's correct ourselves. She doesn't think women should ever take the last name of the man. There's talks of patriarchy, yawn. Let's just say this, ma'am. Then women aren't deserving. Y'all want to talk about worthy and deserving? You know, black women love saying worthy and deserving. If you will not take my last name, if you're iffy on whether the child should have my last name, then maybe you should be in the same line as Ebony K. Williams. Shout out to you, Miss Shayna, for saying it. There's a number of women that you know who are single mothers by choice or trying to do single mothers by choice. Have fun with that 10 and 20 and 30 and maybe 40 and $50,000 for in vitro. Dear black men, hold on to your seed for dear life because the cheap route is going to be to have a child by you and you don't know that all you were was a sperm donor, which is funny because when y'all get into an argument, she will insult you with the sperm donor talk. Little do you know that was her plan the whole time. We already know black women don't got it financially. That's why I brought up single and childless black women have the least amount of wealth in America. So if she's itching to be a mother, which most women are, her cheap route to single by choice, single mother by choice, and somebody put the link to the 2020 special or the Dateline or whatever special it was with the 19 and 20 and 21-year-olds from like 19, was it 86, 85? That were all pretty much single mothers by choice. Somebody put the link in the description. I mean, put the link and I'll put it in the description box after. Miss Shayna, black women been doing that. Y'all are just now being even more blatant than you were before. Black women been doing single mother by choice. That's not new. Huh? Black women want their autonomy. They just want it subsidized by a man. They want their autonomy. They want their negative liberty. It's not freedom, it's negative liberty. They just want it subsidized by a man. And because no man is signing up for that, y'all are throwing temper tantrums. Well, I won't give your last name. You didn't want to give the kid my last name in the first place, lady. You didn't want to take on my last name in the first place. Shout out to you, Miss Shayna. Thank you for saying it out loud. And there's a consequence to that, by the way. Dear ladies, there is a black women are throwing a temper tantrum, excuse me, and women like black women, like Miss Shayna, radical feminist Miss Shayna, they're throwing temper tantrums because no man signed up for this. No man with resources that could only end up with the bum dudes. No man with resources is signing up for this. No man with status is signing up for this. Not only will I not take your last name, giving our child your last name is debatable. Okay, yeah, that's it. Miss Shayna, to you and all the other women like you, black, white, Latina, or otherwise, black, white, Latina, or Asian, or otherwise, have fun getting the men to sign up for this. Can y'all find one or two? Yeah, that's about it. Have fun meeting and finding the stable and above men, white, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, who's going to sign up for that. Not only will I not take your last name, it's debatable whether our children take your last name too. Or I want the children's last name hyphenated. Oh, it's so great that black women have microphones and cameras to talk. Now we can see why they're so chronically single. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Shout out to black women for them. Y'all are your worst PR. The worst PR for black women are black women. Huh? It's fascinating listening to black women. Black women are not loyal. Black men are not loyal. Black men are colorist, featurist, texturist, they're femphobic, and then we listen to black women. And you can see why so many black men are dating and marrying outside of the black race. And you can see also why it's not as easy for black women to do the same with their fake talk of loyalty. Is it loyalty, ma'am, or other non-black men staying away from black women because, well, black women sound like Miss Shayna? Huh? I told y'all, all that intelligence and education, once we start talking about men, women, sex, intimacy, children, all of that go out the window. You can see she speaks well, good diction, huh? Traveling the world. Once we start talking about man, woman, children, childbearing, child rearing, all of that goes out the window. And there you go. The logic, whatever logic that was, goes out the window. They can't do it. Especially if they're talking about black men. Oh boy. Black women's contempt for black men that are not beneath them is astounding. How dare you not grovel at her feet, black man? As a matter of fact, by the way, this is the first shot. Don't worry, soon, if they're not already doing it, black women are going to start demanding that black men take on their last name. Don't worry, it's coming. Huh? Meanwhile, they pretend like they don't understand why passport bros exist. Meanwhile, they pretend like they don't understand why SYSBM exists. Meanwhile, they pretend like they don't understand why their nephew popped up at the family reunion with a Latina or a white woman or an Asian woman if he can manage to get the Asian women away from the white guys. Huh? Meanwhile. Huh? Oh boy. Yikes. And this, by the way, once again, is your educated class of black women. Now, how does this, when Ms. Shayna is saying work, how does it work for black women? It's a privilege. Okay. And you know, we might die, you might pass, you might be deleted giving birth. True. She's right. We already know about black women and you know what happens when they're giving birth, and we know about the racism in the healthcare system, and we know the anti-blackness. We get it as black men. And black women are now weaponizing that for why they shouldn't have your child, black man, not our child, your child. All right then, have fun with that, black women. Shout out to all you black women who are encouraging it in the comments. We'll see about that. Let's see how it works for you. Let's see if it works for you. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Huh? You gotta love it. Y'all give me a second. My bad, y'all. Mr. Z, are you gunning it right now? Hey, shh, shh, shh. And we're back. So, and you know, y'all know Mr. Z is in transit, so we may borg for a second or two. We are still here. We are still here. But yeah, so to Miss Shayna, I say, all right then. And this is why women aren't deserving of relationship with black men. All those black women, we're worthy. All people are worthy. All women are worthy and deserving. All women are deserving. All women are deserving of love. If we're debating whether you're going to take my last name, maybe you're not deserving. Maybe you aren't. If we're debating whether my child will take my last name, whether we continue this relationship or not, maybe you aren't deserving. Have you ever considered that? You haven't considered it? Well, let Mr. Z give you a rude awakening. Yeah, there will be no relationship. Don't worry about the child. There will be no child. Huh? If we are now celebrating women, namely black women, who don't give the child the father's last name, then guess what? That black birth rate will continue to fall. Have fun, black women. Have fun with your rose toys. Have fun pretending you don't care that the brother just walked up with the Latina. Have fun pretending you don't care. Huh? Gotta love it. Every time. Look at this. Every time. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to control the road rage. Trying to control the road rage. Huh? Miss Shayna, what you're advocating for, fine. Hey, I love that women want all the agency but want men to have none of the agency. I love it. Miss Shayna, black women could follow your rules, and let's see how it works for them. How is your type of thinking worked for black women, I don't know, for the past 6 decades? How's it worked? How's it worked? A couple of middle management jobs, 1 or 2 baby luxury cars, baby Benzes, shout out to Indigo Flow. Huh? And what else? Huh? Marriage? Oops, nope. Huh? A bunch of kids that can read and are upwardly mobile. Nope. We talk about the boys. We don't often talk about the girls. They're not really upwardly mobile too much, are they? Especially when you count that student loan debt. Ugh. Huh? How exactly has this autonomy worked for black women? Y'all gotta pretend like y'all not jealous of your white female co-workers who are getting married, buying homes, getting their debt paid off. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Pulling up in a new Kia Telluride? Huh? You gotta pretend like you don't care. You gotta pretend like it doesn't bother you. You gotta minimize it. White women aren't told to settle, they're told to settle every day. That's why she's with a man that earns less than her. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Shout out to you, black women. Shout out to you. Wow. Y'all follow Miss Shayna if you want to. Black women, now marriage rate is already in the toilet anyway. Was it like 28%? 27%? Miss Shayna's still talking. And shout out to the sister, I played her often. That has the bob, and she's talking about LA, and she's saying, you know, there's no love for black women in LA, and it's not like she sees black women dating non-black men to make up for black men not dating them. She don't see black women with anyone. Miss Shayna, there is no one else. It's black men's rules or nothing. Have fun trying to save up that $10,000 and $20,000 for in vitro. Huh? Black men, I say continue not to give any sperm to a sperm bank. Continue it. The Shaynas want to find a different way. Y'all gonna be walking around here with a bunch of mixed babies. Have fun. Dear black women, you'll finally get the light-skinned mixed baby you always wanted. But it won't be from the white man. Well, at least it won't be from the white man using you as a trampoline, which y'all are okay with. It'll be from his seed, because it won't be from black men's seed. No light-skinned babies for you. Not from black men anyway. Huh? If y'all think, what's homegirl who's that is African again? South African? What's her name again? The artist? If you think she's messed up, wait until you start having a bunch of mixed test tube babies from black women and white men, but the white man wasn't part of that life. Ever. It's just his seed. Oh, y'all think these mixed black children are messed up now. Shout out to all the mixed black folks. I ain't trying to make fun of y'all. Y'all think y'all have the term tragic mulatto now. Oh man. Doja Cat, that's what I'm speaking about. Yes, Doja Cat. Y'all think Doja Cat messed up now. Imagine a Doja Cat with a black mother, white father, and the white father only provided the seed. She's a test tube baby. Imagine a Doja Cat that was a test tube baby from a black woman and a white seed. Not even white man, white seed. Huh? Oh man. That is what you're reciting. See, these people, that I don't call these people dumb. They're not dumb. They're just resentful trolls. They're not dumb. Shout out to KMS. Stupid, maybe. Goddamn KMS. Right? But they're not dumb. This is a radical feminist. Miss Shayna, have you walked your logic? Have you walked your logic, Z? That's the word you want to use for it? Have you walked it all the way to its logical conclusion? Walk what you're saying all the way to its logical conclusion. Huh? How does this work for black women who don't have the resources for the test tube baby in the first place? Mr. Z was just joking with that. It ain't going to work for most black women. They don't got the money. So they're going to have to trick the man to get his seed. And I wanted to be single mother by choice anyway. So we had sex just so I can have the seed. And then I'm going to raise this child on my own. Wait a minute. Black women are already doing that. Okay. So how does this work for black women? Have you walked what you're saying all the way to its logical conclusion? If we walk what you're saying all the way to this logical conclusion, what we have is, wait a minute, what we have already in the black community, you just want to double and triple down on that? A bunch of women who are single mothers by choice, pretending like it wasn't by choice, that the man lied to them? Huh? How's this supposed to work for black women? But Shayna act like she's saying something new or novel, or I guess the newer novel is don't give the child the man's last name. Miss Shayna, you don't give the child the man's last name, and you live in the same city with him and the other children he may have had from other women. How are you sure? Did you think about this? Are you okay with your daughter having relations with her brother? I mean, you didn't give the child his last name. And then the other woman who thinks just like you didn't give the child his last name. And now your daughter is in bed with her brother. Oh boy. Have fun with the oblong-shaped head grandchildren. But Shayna, you're supposed to be educated. Miss Shana, you're supposed to be a world traveler, right? This is how far y'all wanted to go with the radical feminism? Miss Shana didn't claim it. Mr. Z is calling her that because that's what she is. If you talking about not giving a child the man's last name, then do you see how this is a problem? Or did Mr. Z just tell you something you didn't consider because you want to do gender warring against black men? You want to engage in gender warring against black men so bad that you didn't consider this one really easy thing to consider. Yeah, what happens when your son is in bed with his sister? Because you want to spite black men. Now what? Huh? You were talking about how likely it is, or how dangerous it is, better yet, how dangerous it is for women, namely black women, giving birth. Okay, agree. What happens when you're giving birth to a child with deformities or with any type of issue, mental issues, physical issues, because you were in bed with your half brother, with your half sister? Because your mother and your brother or sister's mother decided not to give you your father's last name. Huh? This is where y'all at with it? Oh man. You know, there's a lot going on um politically right now, particularly in America, obviously. There's a lot going on right now, all throughout the US. There's a lot going on. Yes, Mr. Z is listening. Yes, Mr. Z has his ears to the streets, right? Yes, Anwar, the quote unquote matchmaker, is back on the scene. Yes, Mr. Z heard about, and yeah, I want to cover Ostefco covering, the lady that said she spent $10,000 to meet her fiance. She pretty much handed Anwar $10,000 to help her with her social media and her and her online dating, and now she's engaged. Um, yeah, and yes, I saw all the clips of the women saying I would never. Um, yeah, black women have put themselves in the most unenviable position possible. Oh, and they keep doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it, all for their quote unquote autonomy. Ah, and GC, yeah, that's what Ostefco came to the conclusion of too. For the she entertained it. Mr. Z is entertaining that also, and GC says haven't seen that, but sounds like a marketing stunt. Not gonna lie, yeah, yeah. I think Ostefco came to the same conclusion also, right? And I'm reading through some of you guys' comments that I couldn't see earlier. Yeah, right. Huh. Afro National, that's hysterical. He said, Afro National says, I was able to watch 40 seconds, new record. These broads are getting crazier by the minute. Hey, I can't disagree. Because Miss Shana never considered what this would equal. What, huh? Miss Shana, people do one night stands. People date someone for a week or two and then they smash, right? They have adult relations. Your daughter could be sleeping with her brother before you even get the chance to say, wait, 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 wait. I have something to tell you, right? You don't know. Y'all are so hard up on spiting men. What's the next thing we could do to tell them how much we don't value them? What's the next thing we could do? That all little bit of logic y'all do have, goddamn Z, goes out the window. Man, it took me all of 5 seconds to consider that. Wait a minute. If if you don't give the child the father's last name, and the other woman doesn't give the child the father's last name, even if the other woman does give the child the father's last name, do you know how easy it would be for your child to be in bed with their half sibling? You want to talk about dangerous? What are you subjecting your potential future grandchild to? Huh? What embarrassment, what shame are you subjecting your child to? See, these are black women that claim to care about black children and other black women. What are you subjecting the other black woman to when now she got to tell her son, look, you can't be with her because that's your sister? Y'all not even think, God damn. Oh, man. Oh, you got to love it. Right? Oh, you got to love it. Z, what you about to do? Uh-oh.
Let's talk about it, because let's talk about it. I'm going to read this for the people that might need me to read this. Traveling with no issues, because I never let my baby daddy sign the birth certificate and gave her my last name. And this is mom. This is little buddy. She's got her cute little, oh, honestly, this little suitcase is a vibe. And they're going somewhere. I don't know where. And it don't matter. And then I open the comments. And we're just going to talk about these three real quick. One, I'm a firm believer. And if he didn't give you his last name, don't give it to the baby either. Next.
If he didn't give you his last name, don't give it to the baby either. And y'all wonder why Mr. Z says they're operating out of spite? This is temper tantrum talk. You didn't marry me, so guess what? He doesn't get your last name. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. Huh? Oh, the internet was the worst and best thing to happen to y'all black women. Worst thing because other men are gonna stay the hell away from you. It's not just gonna be black men. Best thing because maybe y'all will get your minds right in the next century or so. Hopefully it'll work for you. Hopefully there'll be enough black American men around to date y'all and marry y'all. Huh? Didn't give, and like she said, she read the comment and says, yeah, if he doesn't give you his last name by marrying you, if he doesn't give you his last name, then you don't give the child the last name. Have you ever considered he didn't marry you because you insufferable a-hole? Evidenced by the fact that you didn't give the child the last name out of spite. Have you ever considered you're actually showing why he didn't marry you in the first place? No, no, no. Okay, all right, all right. Continuing.
Yes, stop giving baby daddies the privilege of the child having their name. And next, this needs to be told to every woman. So we're going to go down this list. But first, hi, my name is Shayna. I'm a journalist. I talk a lot about decentering men, child-free living. If any of that sounds like a vibe, please like, share, and
if you are decentering me, you don't deserve my last name. You don't deserve for me to marry you. If you're not going to take my last name, you don't deserve to be married to me. There will be no child for you not to give the last name of Mr. Z2 because we will not be in a relationship, because we will not be dating. We will not. There will be no Mr. Z. Go find the next lame. Huh? If you are decentering Mr. Z, then there will be no relationship, there will be no relations, there will be no children for you not to give the last name of Mr. Z to. Dear black women, you want to know why you are so chronically single? It's because you entertain women like this. She's allowed to talk in your presence and spew her nonsense. And another black man gets his passport, and another black man does SYSBM. Stop asking your nephews why and your guy cousins why they're popping up to the family function with a non-black woman. You know why. It's because the Miss Shayna's in the black community. That's why. Huh? Continuing.
subscribe. I will be diving in deeper into more topics on my Patreon. And if you're interested in starting your freelance writing journey, I have a whole masterclass about it. Link will be in the bio, and I'll try and tag some things up here. Oh, and in the description. I'll put it where you can find it. So first, I'm a firm believer that if he didn't give you his last name, he don't give it to the baby either. Absolutely. Shayna, think that marriage is more than just a piece of paper. It is a legal contract, right?
If it's more than just a piece of paper, then why are women filing for divorce? Black women filing for divorce at like 70 to 80%. If it's more than just a piece of paper, it's a legal document, then why? First of all, black women aren't getting married. That's why their marriage rate is 28%. But for those that do get married, then they file for divorce within 5 years at 70 to 80%. Huh. And black men have a higher marriage rate than black women, both inside the black community and outside the black community, dating out and marrying out. Y'all get what Mr. Z is saying. Is it really black men that are the issue, Miss Shayna? If black men are the issue, then why aren't black women making up for the lack of black men by ending up with non-black men? Oh boy.
A lot
Continuing.
of emotions behind this legal contract, but at the end of the day, it is an agreement between you, one other person, and the government. And as big as that is, what's even bigger is making a person with another person. But so
Making a person with another person. Miss Shayna, how many men who can't find a quote unquote suitable suitor are going to find eggs, find a woman to carry the eggs, have a child for them, and raise the child on their own? How many men are saying, I'll just be a single father by choice? If what we're speaking about is the weight of parenthood and having another person carry that burden with you, so y'all can raise this person to be a productive citizen, a great asset to society, generally a good person, huh? Have their own dreams and aspirations so you can watch that person grow and develop and carry on. You said something about legacy. We're going to leave that for when you say it so I can address it. Huh? If that's the case, ma'am, then why is it that the women are the ones saying, yeah, I'll just do single mother by choice? Either by tricking a man to impregnate me so I can have the child that I can run off, or if I can afford it, going to a sperm bank or freezing my eggs early enough, or if I can't meet a man, then unfreezing those eggs and then taking my chances that this egg and this sperm take, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're speaking about the seriousness of being a parent, is it just the men that are being frivolous with their biological urges and their organs and what it takes? Is it the men? Of course it's the men, Z. It's always the men. It's always black men's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. Why are you even asking, Z? You know the answer to the question. Continuing.
so many men feel like it is easier, it is less commitment to make another person than it is to sign a piece of paper saying, I will vow to be a support to you, to protect you romantically, physically, spiritually, whatever. I promise through the government to be a companion to you. That's scary.
Miss Shayna, have you ever looked in the mirror? Now, by the way, Mr. Z somewhat agrees with you. Mr. Z somewhat agrees with you. That's why Mr. Z doesn't have any children. That's why Mr. Z is in a loving relationship, but we don't have any children outside of wedlock. Somewhat agree with you there. With that, yes, ooh, Z, you about to say it. It may be, maybe, possibly, depending, easier to have a child with a whole other woman than it is to marry her. Z, did you just say that? Yeah. If she's an insufferable asshole, have you looked in the mirror, Miss Shayna? Then maybe it's best that you pay your child support. God damn, Z, what are you saying? I know. See your child as often as you can and not be in the same home with someone, I don't know, like Miss Shayna. Yes, Miss Shayna, if we have to be married to you, then maybe it's best we have the kid and not have to see Miss Shayna's face every day and her cuckoo crazy ways. Maybe Miss Shayna, possibly. If we have to end up with a Miss Shayna, maybe it's best we're in our own separate home away from Miss Shayna. And we can try to Take away the damage that Miss Shayna is definitely inflicting on that child. When the child is with us, it's probably not going to happen. Miss Shayna, this is why you are celibate. This is why you are celibate in Spain. Because even the Spaniard dudes saw, God damn, hell no, not me. Huh? Miss Shayna, you are absolutely correct. You are evidence. You, Miss Shayna, are you yourself, Miss Shayna. Yourself. You are evidence on why. Your comment section of the women that are, yeah, girl, yeah, you right, girl. You and your comments, you and your ilk, Miss Shayna, Mr. Z never consider it. I, Mr. Z is about having children within wedlock. But Miss Shayna, if Mr. Z had to be with you, yeah, maybe it's best that we don't get married. Ooh, goddamn, got her pregnant. She gonna keep the kid. Am I go? And we gonna do shotgun wedding? No, we're not. Nope, nope, absolutely not. Because that's DV waiting to happen. Goddamn, Z, you said that shit out loud, huh? Absolute, Miss Shayna, absolutely not. Nope, not with your snarky ass, smug ass ways. Nope, absolutely not. Yeah, nope, nope. If we have a oops baby with Miss Shayna, yep. Shotgun wedding, nope, not on my, nope, nope, absolutely not. Miss Shayna, have you looked in the mirror? It's fascinating. The women sound like Miss Shayna. Black women sound like Miss Shayna. They sound like Shayna. And then they tell, I'll be single mother by choice. I'm celibate. Huh? Did you have a choice? You said single mother by choice. Eh, is it really though? Is it really single mother by choice? Like, have you heard the way you sound? Have you heard the way you speak about men? You said single mother by choice. Is it really by choice though? Huh? You said you don't want to be in a relationship. Huh. Is it that you don't want to be in a relationship? Or is it that men who don't know each other are all deciding, yeah, you don't deserve to be in a relationship with me. Definitely not married. Oh, absolutely not. Especially the productive, upperly mobile men, especially the stable men. Miss Shane, is that possible? Is it possible that the men that meet you, and I'm saying you as in you, and you as in other women that are like you, is it possible that every man that meets you is like, yeah, about that. See, yeah, see, the first week, yeah, the second week, possibly, the third week, yeah, to see the sex was good, but yeah, see, now that we're at month number 2, month number 3, month number 6, yeah, I can't do it. Nope, nope. Is it possible? Women sound like Miss Shayna because they don't look in the mirror. Because all this stuff she's talking sounds good and it feels good, and they're single like a loose leaf paper, single like a slice of cheese, single like a slice of bread. Chronically single ass black women. Y'all want to know why black women are so chronically single? This is why they're so chronically single. They entertain women like Miss Shayna. Continuing.
To you. That's scary. That's commitment. But you know what? Let's make a person. And so many people, let me be even more specific. So many women, especially. And I'm assuming that this also happens in the queer community too, but I just see it so often with women who engage with men, are gaslit consistently into believing that, oh yeah, you know, like it's fine, we don't, sure, there are many people who do not want to be married. That is not the audience that I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people who know that they want to be married, who feel like this is an important thing to them, but then some old man that wants to reproduce with you feels.
Wait a minute, you talking about gaslit and all this other stuff, ma'am? You do realize that same-sex loving relationships amongst women have amongst the highest divorce rate. Not divorce rate. Actually, they do, by the way. Yeah, actually, that's true too. With that, they have like the highest DV rate, especially amongst black women. Same-sex loving black women have like the highest DV rate. Miss Shayna, you do realize that, right? Huh? You talking about gaslight and huh? See, when there's no man in the picture at all, there's no man in the home, the ladies decide to engage in combat. Huh? World War III in that house. WWE, WWF in that house. Gaslight. Anyway, continuing.
Die giving birth. And he's like, no, that's fine. That's the easy part. You'll be fine. Just walk it off. But
Miss Shayna, you potentially passing, giving birth, ooh, Z, you about to say that, is the easy part if a man got to be stuck with you in a marriage. Miss Shayna, you are a radical feminist. If a man got to be stuck in a marriage with you, yeah, you giving birth and potentially passing is the easy part. God damn, Z, you said that out loud. Yeah, Z did. You potentially passing while giving birth is the easy part. If he got to be in a relationship with you, God, not even a relationship. Stop it. See, in a marriage with you, saying "I do" to you. Let's be very clear, Miss Shayna. With the way you speak, oh, he gonna be dying a couple of decades before you, and all that life insurance money is gonna go to you. Half the reason why he's in the grave in the first place. Well, damn. Continuing.
but you know what's actually silly? Commitment. Now, regardless of that, I will
Commitment to you and the way you speak and the way you advocate. Yeah, it is silly. Yeah, it is silly. I know Mr. Z appreciates that you were trying to be sarcastic and funny. No, but in a serious note, no, yeah, commitment to you, yeah, that's silly. Yeah. Tell one of them white Spaniard guys that you're in Spain with, tell one of them to take it. It didn't look like it worked for you before. Maybe you want to be on the other side of your celibacy. Tell them to sign up for it. Let's see. Continuing.
I will say that the whole like if he didn't give you his last name, don't give it to the baby either. I am not a personally, I am not a proponent of taking on a man's last name. In the United States right now, and I've talked, I can't remember where I talked about this. It could be on here. It's probably almost definitely on Patreon. About how so many women right now in the United States might lose the ability to vote because they literally took on their husband's last name, and their husband's last name is not the last name that's on their birth certificate or most other legal documents that would and the United States is upside down and on fire right now. So let's also just put that aside for a quick moment. But also just I think that the concept of this is if he don't claim you, he don't get to just claim that baby. Next.
Hey, black women, y'all play that game if you want. Y'all won't have babies. Hey, black women, claim that. Hey, have fun. But dear black women, have fun with that. But Mr. Z saying, hey, to be fair, we could do that if black women were insufferable. If black women were not insufferable, then there would be no problem here. If he don't claim you, don't give him a chance to claim the baby. All right. You know what? Yeah. But black women, as black women are currently constituted, the way black women currently conduct themselves in society, in the black community, y'all can play this game if you want. Huh? If he don't claim you, don't let him claim that baby. There's gonna be a whole lot of black women walking around here, giving the child their last name. Have fun with them oblong shaped head grandchildren. Huh? If he doesn't claim you, don't let him claim that baby. Hey, have fun. You better move to another state. Better hope your child don't move back to the home state. Better hope the children of the other women don't move. They don't randomly meet somewhere in New York. Your child's from Miami. The other woman's child is from California, LA, somewhere. Somehow they both end up in New York in bed together. Well, damn. Have fun with the oblong shaped head grandchild. Huh? Oh boy. All this just to spite men, black men particularly. Okay. Hopefully it works for you. Continuing.
privilege of the child having their name. Yes, it is a privilege, and I'm happy that that word was used. There are so many studies out there that talk about how not just women being involved in men's lives makes their life, like extends their lives, improves their health, all of that stuff, but even more recently, as it relates to men who have
For the infrastructure, for the resources, because men still earn more than women, black men still earn more than black women. You should be extending our lives. It's better for you, actually. Resources. Black women are throwing a fit, and other women, it's not just black women on this part, are throwing a fit for their part of the deal. I don't wanna. Imagine thinking you're bragging by saying black women, men having women in their lives extend their lives. Why do you think you're here? Why do you think you're here? It's a dance, ma'am. Huh? She's gonna continue and say, even men with daughters, they extend their life. Why do you think you're here? Huh? That's a real question for everyone. What we're seeing here are women throwing, they're not just throwing a fit. I'm glad we're actually here. At first, it seemed like women were throwing a fit, and the way they were framing it is the men aren't picking up the slack. No, we're letting them talk long enough. Women are throwing a fit not because the men aren't picking up the slack. Women are throwing a fit because they don't even want to do anything. They don't even want to do their part. If you listen to Mashana, she's kind of saying, wait a minute, we're extending men's lives by being in their presence. We should cut that out. You should cut that out. Let's see how it works for women. I agree. You should cut that out. Huh? Because the women who are not in relationships with men, the women who are in relationships with other women, black women who are in relationships with other black women, how exactly is that working with them? Oh, wait, they're like among the poorest couples in America, aren't they? Ooh, goddamn. Same sex loving black women. Not only are they the poorest couples in America, they have a high ass DV rate. Well, damn. And they have a higher divorce rate than even heterosexual black men, black women do. Well, damn. You thought it couldn't get worse. Not only that, that's if they get married because they have the highest breakup rate. Also, all of these things could be researched, Miss Shana. Well, damn. Well, damn. Continuing.
men who have daughters. Men who have daughters are shown to live longer. And also in the United States. But listen, what's happening in the United States, yes, it is extreme, but there's versions of it popping up everywhere. And I need to check up on this specific conversation, but there was a legislative conversation happening. I want to say it was in a specific state. I can't remember. There's too much happening. Anyway, about how basically if once parents reach a certain age they could be put like forced into the care of their children. Now imagine your child having to take care of a man that they don't know and you don't even like. I personally know a few women that are trying to, no, I know a couple that are already, and I know a couple more that are wanting to in the future become single moms by choice. It is a big commitment. There's a lot that goes into that, obviously.
If you can afford it, but the vast, 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 vast majority of black women cannot. Good luck.
As they know and as they are researching. And within that, as the sole caretaker of this baby, I mean, as the main caretaker of this baby, because I do think that it does take a village, even though the baby is not the village's responsibility, don't give that man the privilege of being a part of this community via the baby.
I'm glad she said it. Don't let that man be a part of this community. Black women, you can have your single mother community over there. Have fun when everybody locks you out of everything they're doing because you better believe that's what's going on. Wait, it's already going on. Oh, goddamn. Uh-oh. Huh? I'm glad we're here. Mr. Z said it before, and Miss Shana actually said, Z, we gonna do it anyway. Y'all recall, and Mr. Z has said this a number of times. Mr. Z said, my fear for black women is that they become the out there like spiritual zealot, um, weirdo on the outskirts of the city ass, right? Matriarchy group of people, right? You go over there when you try to get your rocks off for the cheap. Women go over there when they want some spiritual reading, but black women will be on in enclaves with other black women. It will really be like the quote unquote beehive. It'll be a bunch of black women with their kids and the sons that kind of get their minds right, or the sons that they get access to the internet and they start scrolling around too much around man stuff, run out the community once they get old enough. This was my fear for black women. And Miss Shana said, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, Z. You know what? We'll do it. Ah, Shana said, yeah, we'll do it. Actually, Z, that's a good idea. Oh, wow. Wow. Huh? Huh? Wow. Mr. Z said, this is my fear for black women. And Mr. Z's part of the black manosphere. I am a content creator, a thinker in the black manosphere. And I had a fear for, I was like, please don't go this far. Don't go this, black women, for your own good, don't go this far. And Shana was like, no, you know what? Actually, that's a good idea, Z. That's a good idea. Oh, hey, have fun with y'all autonomy. Woo! Hey, black women, you gotta love it. We don't want to give the men your last name. Okay, cool. We want to have our own communities. Okay, cool. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Black women heard what Z said and said, you know what? That's not a bad idea, Z. We gonna do that. All right. Anyway, continuing.
Maybe that literally they could have just helped you make in 45 seconds in a bathroom. And lastly, this needs to be told to every woman. One, I love the community that is on this page because we get to have these kinds of conversations, share these kinds of resources, because I just assumed that so many people assumed that this was an option. But a lot of people don't even know that this is an option, that you don't have, because of the patriarchy, putting men first, even in spaces where they are.
As we should be. God damn, Z, you said that. As we should be. Putting men first, and the problem is, that's if I even agree with your framing. Debatable. Putting men first. Wait, who's really providing the resources? Wait a minute. We just watched over the past couple years black women complaining that there's not enough black male seed in the sperm banks. Maybe you should have put them black men first and not tell them they're nothing but sperm donors. So they said, I bet you won't even get that from us. Maybe telling black men that they ain't ish for a few decades, maybe that's affecting whether they're donating seed to the sperm bank. Huh? Not putting black men first is how you got here. Decentering black men is how you got here. Miss Shana, do you realize that where the black community is a function of doing what you advocate for? Do you realize that? The black community is where it is because they've done way too much listening to women like you. Decenter men, they've done that, and we're here now. Huh? Have our own little black female enclaves. Have you been to any hood in America with black people in it? Huh? Have the children and raise them without the men. Once again, have you been to any hood in America with black people in it? Huh? Miss Shana, the black community is where it is because they have done what you are advocating for. And how does that work for anyone, including black women? Huh? Like, y'all advocate for these things, and then people like Mr. Z are like, wait a minute, aren't we doing that already? Isn't where the black community is a product of what the hell are you talking about anyway? Isn't where the black community is a product of what you're speaking about anyway? What are you talking about, lady? Once again, the machinas of the world are the masses of black women's class enemy. Too bad the masses of black women are too spiteful at black men to realize it. Continuing.
Is something that is encouraged at every level of community and government. And yes, your name is a political stance. We're going to take this back a little bit further. Historically, you know how there's all of these people that make.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna end it on that one because she just continues and rambles on, and yeah. Look, I want to emphasize this. Machine is not the only one that sounds like this, y'all. Machina is not the only one that sounds like this. Huh? She's not the only one that thinks like this. She is not the only one that sounds like this. Dear black women, you continue to listen to the machinas if you want to. The black community is where it is because of women like this. Much of why, won't say all of it, much of why the black community is where it is because of women like this. Last time I checked, Miss Shane is not even in the US. At least last time I checked. Huh? And she's speaking like this. How is this supposed to work for black women? Look how easy it was for Mr. Z to debunk what she was saying. Okay, you don't give your child the father's last name. The father goes on and has one or two children with another woman or two other women. And now your child lives in the same town, same city, with two of their other siblings, one that's the opposite sex, or both of them that's the opposite sex. And how is this supposed to work for your child when your child finds themselves in the same bed with their sibling? Goddamn. That's how easy it was. But to spite men and to try to put men in their place behind and beneath black women, put black men behind and beneath. See, Mr. Z, ain't you, being behind you might not be a problem if you know what Mr. Z is talking about, yeah, yeah. Huh? You know? But if we ain't talking about being behind you like that, then being behind and beneath you may be a problem, even for you. Have fun once again with those oblong shaped head ass grandchildren because you wanted to spite the man that did not marry you because, well, you're you, Miss Shayna. You're you. You are you. Other black women that move like you are you. Other black women that think like you are you. Other black women that feel like you are you. And to spite the man, probably black man, who did not want to marry you, you make sure for him not to have your child's last name. He falls out of your life and your child's life. And guess what? Now your child lives in a world where they could find themselves, lives in a city, lives in a town, lives in a county, lives in a state where they can find themselves in a romantic relationship, situationship, or anywhere in between with someone who's their sibling. Huh? Oh boy. Once upon a time, we used to say incel, involuntarily celibate. Are we going to say something about involuntarily incest soon? Huh? Oops, my bad, incest. Huh? All because my mom and your mom were trying to spite our dad. Huh? All because your mom and my mom were on some radical feminist kick. Huh? Wow. Mr. Z is gonna scroll through Machina's comments for this video again to see if even one person, one woman says, have you ever considered how does this work like logistically? Like how does if we're if you have a man and he's the tall, good looking guy, right? And you don't give your child his last name. The other two, three women, because some of these men, we know most this is not the case, but some guys do have three or four baby mothers. And none of these women, let's go with your logic, none of these women give the child the father's last name. The father passes away, he gets hemmed up, he goes to prison, whatever. Whatever. Any combination of things happen, fine. Your child now lives in a city with siblings that they don't know and that also don't have the last name of the father. And this works for black women how? Fine. Forget black men, y'all already have. Forget black men. This works for black women how? Huh? And Guy Incognito says, and thank you for the super chat, always wrap up and stop effing Brittany Renner chicks. Uh, at least PJ Washington's child know that PJ Washington is his father. At least he knows. Huh? At least Brittany Renner wasn't on this. Huh? She was spiteful. She was super spiteful. That's why she went no celebrity dude right now. Well, actually, didn't we hear what was it? Wasn't it? No, I might be getting that mixed up. Anyway, yeah. But at least she didn't go this far like Machina. Thinking she's saying son. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Guy Incognito. Right? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Black women, let's strip me of any benefits of dealing with us, be it tangible or intangible. Also, black women crying. Where are all the good? Oh, see, this thing keeps on popping up and blocks the damn comment. So now I gotta read it super small. All right, give me a second, KMS. Let me read this again. And KMS says, black women, let's strip me of any benefits of dealing with us, be it tangible or intangible. Also, black women crying. Where are all the good eligible men? Stupid. But he says, hashtag, give me a second. I gotta, oh, they will see it. Won't let me do it. Hashtag future gypsies of America. Oh, my apologies, KMS, because the StreamYards does this thing where like it blocks the comment, so it took me a minute, and now I can actually read the comment. But yeah, hashtag future gypsies of America. Yeah, that was another thing we spoke about. Yep, yep, yep. Thank you for saying that. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. They are hell bent on making themselves that. And when you listen to Machina speak, that's what is it? Just Z, right? Is it just Z? Future gypsies of America. They are hell bent on doing that to themselves. It ain't looking good. It really ain't looking good. Y'all give Z a second. Oh yeah, so he gonna keep that on. All right, all right. My apologies for the background, y'all. My apologies for the background. I can't help it. It's not Z. It's not Z. Okay. But yeah, future gypsies of America. Look, if this is where black women want to be, then let them be it. Black women, this is what you've decided. All right then. All right. Yeah. Sorry, my environment, y'all. I can't help it. Oh, you be trying not to sneak diss people. You be trying. God, look, God knows my heart. God knows it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. All right, all right. And y'all give me a second. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I guess I gotta do it like this. All right. And KMS also says the third law of Carlos Kipala's the basic law of human stupidity states that a stupid person is someone who causes losses to other people while deriving no gain or even incurring losses themselves. I hear you. I hear you, KMS. I hear you because that is stupid. That is stupid. It is stupid. It is stupid to think. Mrs. Z doesn't even know if I want to use the word think because did you really think about, you know what? I think it's great if we don't give the child that didn't the man that didn't marry you, to spite him, we won't give the child his last name. And if the child doesn't get his last name and he goes on with his life, we have very little communication, if no communication. He doesn't know his siblings. She doesn't know her siblings. The man goes out, maybe has another child with another woman, if not another child with another woman. And those women think just like me. And we don't know each other. Our children don't know each other. And now you have 3 children roaming the planet, right? Think about how easy it is for your child to be laying in bed with another person that might be their sibling way before, okay, let's say the man is barely a part of that child's life, but that child has never seen their sibling. That's very possible. That happens, by the way. That happens. If you live in the same city with your sister or brother that you don't know, we already know the story. Oh, we found out at the funeral I had a sister and a brother. How easy would it be for the for not only do you have a sister and a brother, or 2 sisters or 2 brothers that you don't know about, y'all don't even have the same last name? Wow. KMS, thank you for that super chat. And the 18th letter says, and thank you for that super chat. The 18th letter says, shout out to Mr. Z. It seems these ladies have accepted that they've failed. It seems at this point, their main objective is to bring as many black women down with them as possible. God damn, I don't like the way you framed that 18th letter, but you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. When I say I don't like the way you framed that, it's because the way, oh God, Z, you're about to say it. It's the way Mr. Z feels. I said it, right? Oh, that don't feel right. Oh, that's that. Oh, yeah. No, but you're right, 18th. You're right. It does seem that the Miss Shanas of the world are determined on bringing down other black women, right? Out of spite of men, out of spite of black men in particular. And it won't work for black women. Huh? Ah, it's not a good look. Not a good look at all, right? Not a good look at all. And thank you for the super chat, 18. Thank you for the super chat. Ah, Telescope says Mr. Z is describing the first reel of Hills Have Eyes. Huh? KMS is effing stupid, literally. KMS did it like once I heard it, I'm like, wait a minute. But if that man goes on with his life, we already know of the stories of you don't meet your father until you're 18 or 20 or 25 years old. This happens. This happens across America. It's not even exclusively black thing. It happens way disproportionately in the black community, but it's not even exclusively a black thing. So you mess around and meet your father at 26 years old. You never knew you had siblings. How easy would it be for you to be in bed with your sibling? Because it could happen even if y'all do have the same last name. But y'all can find out, oh, wait. Yeah, lucky, lucky, lucky. All right. Okay, so that's your dad. That's my dad too. Okay, woof. All right. Lucky all we did was kiss. It's still, huh? Your last name is Washington. My last name is Washington. Right? Lucky all we did was kiss, goddamn. And that's still throw up. God forbid you and her don't have the same last name. It took Z all of 5 seconds to think about that. Not even. But to spite men and to do their whole free and autonomous, and we don't got to worry about you and what you men think, and just because you won't marry us don't mean that we won't have kids, and just because you don't marry us, and despite you for not marrying me, I'm gonna give the child my last name. All right then. It took Z all of 5 seconds, not even, to be like, but this could go really, really bad. What's the name of the European family? The Habsburgs? The Habsburgs chin? What's the name of it? What's the name of the family? You want to also know why Egyptians used to look a little weird? Yeah, because there was a whole lot of incest. The royal families of Europe had a whole lot of incest. That was one of the reasons why so many of them were so goddamn weird, power hungry. Why they had a hard time growing, even worse than the general population. Apparently, Machina, living in Spain, has never considered that. Thank you, Telescope. It is the Habsburgs. Machina, you're in a country that had a royal family. Wait, what? Look, man, look, I thought y'all was supposed to be the educated class of black people. I promise you. Isn't that what black women brag about all the time? We're the most educated group of people in America. And you never even could. It took Z 5 seconds. Like, what? The Egyptians, the Habsburgs, damn, they're any royalty up until what, the 1800s? Huh? The royals ain't stopped doing that until the damn Habsburgs. Their children couldn't even have children. They got so bad, it wasn't just the Habsburgs. Their children couldn't even have children. Huh? Machete, that can happen. Especially if you start talking about small town USA, black women adopt this, other non-black women adopt this. You know how easy within 2, 3 generations it could be a whole lot of cousins just piping each other. Thank you, Saint Cyr, even the House of Windsor. Do you know how quickly that could happen? Especially if you talk about hoods in America, in Miami, in Atlanta, in LA, in New York, in Chicago, how easily within 2 generations, 3 generations, it's cousins piping each other. You talk about small town USA, if white women get onto this, because that marriage rate isn't the crapper for white folks too, increasingly even more. Do you know how quickly you could have cousins piping each other? All it take, grandma and granddad died. When none of us have the same last name, do you understand how easily within 3 generations it's cousins piping cousins? Huh? Kanguru says it's bad in Baltimore. Huh? You ain't considered this for no time, huh? So y'all, look, Mrs. Z ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I think we proved we made our point. Look, Miss Shayna, you travel in the world, you know, it it's it's her, it's the older sister, the darker skinned sister, that the radical feminist too. Look, these black women, They get angry at black men, they get spiteful at black men, and they just start coming up with all type of cockamamie, weird, backwards ass ways to spite black men. And they don't sit down and think about how this is gonna hurt black women. Not 5 seconds. It took Z 5 seconds, not even, to be like, wait, but if you do that and another woman does that and another woman does that, and that man piped all of y'all, especially in the hood, dude get caught up, he go to prison, or dude, gets deleted by the ops. Do you know how easily he could have had 3, 4 baby mamas? Y'all don't know each other. You know he's sneaky linking, and now your children are having kids with each other or having adult fun with. Do you know how easy it is for your children to be having adult fun with each other? Vincent, world class myopia. Say it. Myopic like a mug, huh? Telescope said another reason to buy a passport. You're not piping your fam, all because your baby mama wanted to be spiteful. Your child is not. Look, life happens. Even if it is a brother who didn't get caught up by the system, or is not in the streets and the ups got a hold of him, life happens. Let's say your man. Okay, let's say you have a dude. He stepped out. He got a whole side chick you don't know about. The side chick got 2 boys. Let's say you didn't give the child the man's name because he didn't marry you. He passes away early in his 30s. Your child doesn't have his last name. The other children don't have his last name. You didn't give, he was part of the child's life, but he had a side chick. Side chick didn't give the children the last name. Guess what? Now your daughter is sleeping with her brother, her half brother. That's all it takes, Miss Shayna. That's all it takes. What's the contingency plan, ma'am? What's the backup plan for this? Fine, Mr. Z is not the Mr. Z is also being myopic. Okay, let's go with it. What's the backup plan? God damn. Huh? So on that note, y'all, we ain't gonna stress this too much. I'm not gonna do too many exits before better you start counting, right? Hey, Saint Cyr, you see me? Yuck. Hey, all right, people. All right. Tro, you come in. I'm ending out right now too, Tro. You gotta catch it on the replay, Tro. Get ready to throw up, by the way. Be annoyed and throw up. On that note, y'all, we gonna pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken greaves. Mr. Z trying to catch Miss Z before she go to sleep. We could chill and talk for a little bit, and I could tell her about this so she could be annoyed. Mr. Z does bring his homework home sometimes. Sometimes we bring our work home. I don't tell her about everything I stream about. She can't do it. She can't. She like, I don't know how you do it. She say the same thing y'all say, by the way. By the way, Miss Z said the same thing y'all be saying. Z, I don't know how you do it. But sometimes I bring my work home and I tell her about what I streamed about, and she'd be like, I don't know how you do it. And there you go. So with that, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Mansford content, other non-Mansford content. For the love of God, Miss Shayna, reconsider, read some literature. Like literally, read some literature. Like literally, who said it? Kangaroo, Baltimore. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail for the article. I saw it. I didn't read it. I saw it about Baltimore. So when I say read some literature, shout out to Andre 3000. Shout out to Andre 3000. Shout out to 3 Stacks. Yeah, no, it's for real though. Like, read up on this, like for real, right? And so on that note, y'all, Mr. Z out. Y'all go check out other. We'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Mansford content, other non-Mansford content. For the love of God, Miss Shayna, what Black women won't do to spite men in general, Black men specifically. What y'all won't do, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Mr. Z out.